Good evening, friends. Meteorologist Delaney Willis here with an update on the Weather Authority Alert Day that is headed our way on Monday. We have a lot to break down, but let's start with our current radar scans. What we're looking at right now, just a few scattered showers in portions of the New River and Roanoke valleys. It's starting to get up towards the Highland Zone. Besides that, not a lot going on. It's been a stunning day today. Temperatures have been consistently above average for the past few days, and today has been no exception. Right now, 73 degrees in Roanoke, 62 Hot Springs, 69 in Pulaski, 77 in both Danville and Alta Vista, 75 in Bedford, and 63 in Independence. It definitely feels a little bit more like summertime than springtime. So let's talk about that. We have had a lot of hot and humid air the past couple of days. Again, still seeing that today, and that will be the story tomorrow as well. And that's also part of why we are very concerned with this setup. We have plenty of that hot and humid air, but to go along with it, a very, very strong cold front that will move through the area. So let's break down these threats. Damaging wind gusts, as well as the elevated tornado potential and large hail possible in these stronger storms that some models are suggesting could head our way tomorrow afternoon as well. So since last night, things have changed just a bit, and you'll notice a lot of our viewing area is in a swath of orange. So what does that mean? That is an enhanced risk, and this has been put in place by the Storm Prediction Center, and that is a 3 out of a 5 on their rating scale for the potential of severe weather. Now, the rest of the viewing area in yellow, that's still a 2 out of a 5, which is still concerning. And what we are looking at for those threats, of course, the wind damage as well as isolated tornadoes. Cannot rule those out at this time. Hail, and as with any storm, power outages are a possibility. Now, flooding is a concern, but not as large of a concern as the damaging wind gusts and hail. Flooding, our ground is very dry right now. In fact, the majority of our viewing area is in what's technically an abnormally dry state from the state drought monitor. And that is not a drought status, but it is just up to that line. So within these next couple of weeks, if we hadn't received any rainfall, that could change and we could be considered to be in that moderate drought. But tomorrow, the good news is we're getting rain. The bad news is the timeline in which we're getting it. We're going to get a lot of rainfall in a pretty short amount of time. Also wanted to show you this map. So this is also from the Storm Prediction Center. This is the tornado risk for our area. And not just us, the swath of yellow that you're seeing up and down the East Coast. That is a 10% chance of seeing a tornado within a 25-mile radius of any point that is included in that yellow swath right there. Now, not included in the yellow, but the red for portions of the NRV and parts of the Highland Zone as well. In the 5%, and those not included in that red, in the green, a 2% chance of seeing those tornadoes. So any way you cut it, tomorrow is going to be a big weather day. Please stay weather aware and have a way to hear warnings when they are issued, whether that is a weather radio, some sort of telephone, cell phone that will go off if you have those emergency, the EAS alerts. If you have those turned on your settings, those will go through to your phone as well if a tornado warning is issued. So if your thunderstorm warning, whatever is EAS activated, which of course would be a tornado warning when those are issued tomorrow. So let's talk about the severe ingredients that we are watching for tomorrow. We've been talking about the hot and humid air. Now, these are our high temperatures for tomorrow. I'll remind you, normally this time of year, we are in the lower 60s, and that's average for this time of year. Tomorrow, in the NRV, 70 degrees. Both the Highlands, 74 degrees, as well as Roanoke, 77 in Lynchburg, and Southside, 78. And I will mention that Southside, we are watching that closely for the tornado potential tomorrow because of that warmer air in place and just that placement. Typically, we see tornadoes in that area, and we do have this similar setup that we have dealt with before. So we have the hot and humid air, and we also have a very, very strong cold front and Gulf moisture that is fueling storm development. So this strong cold front will pass through the area tomorrow, and as that does, we will have those threats in place. So let's time this out hour by hour on a Futurecast. Now this evening, we are staying fairly dry. We'll notice the clouds increasing overnight. ahead of the line of showers arriving by about 3 to 4 a.m. So you will notice this line right here. This is going to be more so of a concern of heavy rainfall and gusty winds with this particular setup in the prefrontal pre-dawn showers. Now later on in the day, we're still going to be experiencing the gusty winds and the scattered showers. But this is a very important time right here that we're looking at from 12 to 1, rather 11 to 1 in the afternoon on Monday. You'll notice we're dry, and this particular model is suggesting that we will have some peaks of sunshine, which is not great. The more sun that we get in this 11 to 1 p.m. window, the more fuel we are going to have in the atmosphere that could lend itself to those strong to severe storms and will fuel them to be stronger than they otherwise would have been with the cloud cover. So that is going to be something we are keeping an eye on tomorrow afternoon, depending on how much sun we see in the afternoon. By 2 to 3, model guidance is suggesting these little pop-ups right here. These are discrete supercells, and these tiny little thunderstorms have the potential of large hail and isolated tornadoes. Again, the more fuel that we receive during the afternoon, the more sunshine we get. These could be on the stronger side in terms of the larger hail and the chance for tornadoes and rotation in these cells. So this is more concerning to me than the initial line of showers. Once we get towards the afternoon, we start getting a little more fuel in the atmosphere and these isolated cells pop up. That's more so of a concern. Hail damage, large hail is possible with especially this amount of energy in the atmosphere and along with it the tornado risk. So be weather aware, especially tomorrow afternoon. And this threat is not going to end until the later evening hours, until about 8 to 9 o'clock. Once this front is completely passed through, you'll notice a drop in temperatures, of course, and the cloud cover will clear out as well. And for your Tuesday, it is going to be beautiful. We'll get a lot of sunshine and lower temperatures, but still above average in the upper 60s for those highs on a Tuesday. Wednesday, much the same. You might see a little bit more cloud cover on Wednesday than what we saw on Tuesday. 7-day forecast. Of course, Weather Authority Alert Day is still in place for your Monday. High temperatures are back in the mid-70s. And you can tell that a cold front has passed through between these two different temperatures. 74 Monday, 67 for the high on Tuesday. Tuesday, we are dry, but Wednesday through next Friday, we are daily seeing the chance for precip back in the area. A brief break on Saturday. We are dry, and we bring back the chance for isolated showers on Sunday. The gist of all of this, stay weather aware. All threats are in play tomorrow. The morning hours, you will see more so of the rain and the gusty winds, but after lunchtime, that is when we are going to start ramping things up for that larger hail, tornado threat, and gusty winds as well. We are going to continue to keep you updated on air and online with the latest forecast. Again, stay weather aware.